Our founding fathers once penned the words, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal." Now, those words have formed the building blocks of this country for more than 200 years, but from Ralph Northam to Ilhan Omar to Elizabeth Warren, we now know beyond a doubt that liberals aren't interested in stamping out racism, especially when it comes to their own. This weekend, multiple elected officials on the left once again put their racism on full display with no consequences. As disgraced Virginia Governor Ralph Northam tried to whitewash the history of slavery, Representative Ilhan Omar blatantly doubled down on her anti-Semitism, while Senator Elizabeth Warren tripped over her own store-bought moccasins, justifying why she claimed Native American ethnicity on multiple legal documents. Fresh off his other racially charged scandals in Virginia, Northam tried to explain his way out of the mess by telling Gayle King on Sunday that slaves were just indentured servants from Africa, which is about as historically dishonest as it comes.
In 1619, the first indentured servants from Africa landed on our shores in Old Point Comfort, what we call now Fort Monroe. And while
also known as slavery.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's kind of like saying Jewish Holocaust victims were just underpaid sweatshop workers who caught the bad end of a social experiment. Speaking of which, when Republican House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy asked House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to rein in the blatant anti-Semitic rhetoric in her own caucus, Minnesota Rep. Ilhan Omar responded with a time-honored stereotype that would have made Adolf Hitler proud, accusing the American Israel Public Affairs Committee of buying congressional support for Israel. Now compare this to Iowa Congressman Steve King, who after making his own really dumb statements in support of white supremacy, was immediately condemned by conservative leaders, stripped of his congressional committee assignments, and even asked to resign by many on the right. Meanwhile, Omar is still on the House Foreign Affairs Committee. And then there's Lizzie Warren. When she's not popping beers on Instagram, she's busy bending over backwards trying to explain why she kept putting Native American on job applications and the Texas State Bar registration, even though she's about as white as the driven snow.
I am not a tribal citizen. I told Chief Baker that I am sorry that I extended confusion about tribal citizenship and tribal sovereignty and for harm caused.
Yet there are plenty on the left who are ready to crown her their 2020 frontrunner because, hey, impersonating a Native American when you aren't one is only offensive if you're a rich white frat boy at a Halloween party. Now here's the point. No one party has a total monopoly on racism. But the left has made a point of lobbing racial accusations at the right for the last 2 years and counting, all while ignoring their own white-robed skeletons in their own closets. So here's the deal. Wanting to secure our borders and protect ourselves from countries who hate us is not racism. Racism is whitewashing slavery, co-opting Native American heritage, and supporting a regime that kills Jews. If those are views that you're willing to tolerate, then you support racism. Own it. And that's your Reality Check, America. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page, like us on Facebook and Twitter, and stay sane out there.